Hi, my name is Victoria Bandini.
And I'm Amanda Tay, and welcome to the Morning News.
Today we are going to be discussing the subject of social welfare in the United States.
Hey, Victoria.
Yeah?
I'm feeling healthy.
Me too. Speaking about healthcare, Obama's healthcare initiative is being challenged. Currently, there is a Supreme Court case going on, King v. Burwell, which began March 4th, 2015. It is a major test of President Obama's Affordable Care Act. The case focuses on 4 words. These 4 words are established by the state. The question is whether these 4 words should be interpreted literally. And the case questions whether people in all 50 states would be eligible for federal tax subsidies, or is it limited to those who live in states that created their own health care insurance marketplaces. And if this case does go through, 8 million people could lose insurance coverage if the court sides with the Affordable Care Act's opponents. A decision is expected in June.
Wow. When it comes to social welfare, people definitely have opposing views. Some see it necessary for a just society, and some see it as subsidies for the less productive. Those against social welfare argue that people are free to provide for themselves and should be held responsible if they don't. Charles Murray in Losing Ground states that our social welfare program is, though unintentional, increasing the value of being in the situation it seeks to change. That is, by increasing rewards and decreasing penalties, thereby making poverty more attractive. With people satisfied on welfare, the burden for paying for it is on those who actually work. But those in favor disagree. They say it provides members with basic needs, something they should be guaranteed the right to have. Having a job might be difficult when you're homeless, and that's where the program comes in, by providing a place to stay and a shower every day. It provides an opportunity for members to participate productively in society, not prolong their lazy behavior. It's about meeting basic needs, not giving money to spend freely. It is not an issue of societal rights, but an issue of life versus death.
Thank you for that insightful information, Amanda.
You're welcome. Hey, Victoria, isn't the food stamp program riddled with fraud and abuse?
Actually, Amanda, food stamp fraud is at an historic low right now, less than 1%.
Well, those on food stamp, don't they, not work?
Actually, about 80% of the households work within the year of receiving the assistance of food stamps, so just saying.
Well, I'm sure that the people on food stamps, I'm pretty sure that they're dependent.
The average person receives assistance for only about 8 to 10 months, so
either way, I think it's a waste of taxpayer money.
It's actually the most effective economic stimulus available. $1 in food stamps creates $1.76 in economic activity. By the way, the term food stamps is not used anymore. It is now known as a Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, also known as SNAP. Oh, SNAP. Girl.
And we'll be back after this commercial break. Coming up, a guest speaker you don't want to miss.
Are you tired of being poor?
Yeah.
Are you unable to find a job?
Yeah.
Are you a disabled, blind, elderly woman deserted by her family and cannot do much to help herself?
As a matter of fact, I am.
Well, you are qualified to receive social welfare.
What is that?
Social welfare includes social services provided by the federal government for citizens who cannot afford them.
That is very convenient because I am poor and I cannot afford a minimal lifestyle.
Pick up an application at your local social welfare office or local citizens information center and provide the following: a birth certificate, marriage, or death certificate if you are widowed, a social security number, and your work history. And wait for the Department of Social Protection to process the application so that they can decide your welfare payments. It's that easy.
Wow, that's great! Thanks, Obama!
And welcome back to APG News.
And now we have a surprise guest, but she would like to remain anonymous.
So this interview has been adapted to conceal her identity.
Thank you, Victoria, and thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Just gonna ask you some questions about your experience, and I.
Sounds good. Be more than happy to answer.
So first of all, how do you apply for social welfare?
So you have to go online. You could either go online or fill out a form, but I did online. And so what you have to do is just go on www.edd.california.gov and you just fill out the criteria that it asks you.
So in this application, what do they ask you for?
Basically, they just ask you for all the employment history. So they ask you like where you've worked, how much you've earned at every job, and just like reasons why were you laid off.
So how do they pay you? Like, where does the money come from?
So every paycheck you get, the government deducts a social security tax from it. So let's say you get laid off. All the money that was taken from your paycheck, it adds up and it subsidizes, and then the government uses that money to pay you back. So basically, the money that you get from unemployment is your money that you've earned throughout the years.
It's not money given to you from the government. It's your own hard-earned money.
Yes, it's your own hard-earned money.
Interesting. How
Although
often?
some of it does come from the government, but the employer, they put the rest in. So yes, that's all it is.
How often do they pay you?
So they pay you every other week, but you do get paid every week. But the EDD doesn't deposit it into your account until every other week. So
What's the quantity of money that you get? How much money do you receive?
it basically depends on how much you've earned throughout your career. It's different. It varies from individual to individual.
It's based on your income.
Yes, it's based on your income.
What's your opinion on social welfare?
I feel that it's very, very beneficial to those who need it, but it shouldn't be taken for granted by those who are just lazy and don't want to work. So, yeah, but I feel like it's a very, very helpful program.
How has it affected your life?
It has greatly affected my life, but in a good way. I guess at first there was a stigma around being unemployed, and I felt like my pride was hurt when I applied for it because I've always felt like I had to provide for my family, and applying for it made me feel like I couldn't do that. But then, as over time, I knew that it was there for me. It was there to help me and my family. So I feel very, very positive towards this program.
Has your view changed from when you were on it and now that you're not on it?
Well, yes and no, because, well, now that I look back on it, it really it really doesn't affect you that much as you think. It helps you out, but you realize that no one knows that you're on it, and it's there to help you, like I said, and I still feel the same that it's very helpful towards those who need it, but it shouldn't be taken advantage of. So yes.
That will be it. Thank you for
Thank you for
here.
having me.
It's been a pleasure. Back to the studio.
In other news, Governor Rick Scott of Florida will not be seeking United States Supreme Court review of a law that would have required applicants for welfare benefits to undergo drug testing. The law was ruled unconstitutional by 2 federal courts.
Thank you, Victoria.
You're welcome. Signing off, I'm Victoria Bandini.
I'm Amanda Tay.
Thanks for watching.